So last time, I discussed to you the different parts of research paper. So we first came up with the abstract. Second one is this, the problem and its background. The third one is the statement of the problem. The fourth one is the scope and limitation. The fifth one is theoretical framework. And the sixth one is the conceptual framework. So now I will discuss to you the last part or the last sequence in chapter 1, which is the significance of the study and the definition of terms. So this is the last part of your thesis. So if ever na kayo ay nakatapos na within the said activity or the said part of the research, it is well done. So the significance of the study and definition of terms, maybe it is too easy. Like dun sa ibang part ng research paper. So the significance of the study, it is just like the following. So mamaya didiscuss sa inyo kung ano yung pinagkaiba ng significance of the study and the definition of terms. So first stop is the significance of the study. It state the significance. Mentioning the problem will add value to your research project. So significance of the study, it is the person involved with your research. So it is just like the person who can understand, who can give a summarization or who can give emphasis to your research. Like for example, in the present day, we can say that our allowance is greater compared to the past generation. This is because of the phenomenon wherein expenses of the student increase this study. This study will give benefit of the following. So kung makikita nyo, meron siyang introductory part, yun nasa taas. And then, saka nyo ilolocate yung mga taong involved regarding with your research. So, ang ilalagay po dun sa significance of the study is the person involved with your research. So, like for example, ABM student, this study will develop their capacity to balance their allowance and expenses, as well as applying the knowledge about their allowance and expenses in real life. So, the meaning must be relate with the studies. So, kung mapapansin nyo, first na involved with the study, halimbawa, yun nga, ang kanilang thesis title is all about the total expenses and balancing the allowance in ABM student. So first involved is the ABM student. So the meaning of the ABM student must relate with the studies. So kung sino yung involved, ang ilalagay pong meaning ay dapat direkta or relate with your studies. Like for example the future researcher. So kayo yon, kailangan ilalagay din yon, future researcher. Third one, the parents. The fourth one, the school. Yan. Sila yung mga related or mga involved sa inyong ginagawang research. So, the meaning must relate with the studies. So, yung ilalagay nyong meaning doon sa nilagay nyong taong involved ay kailangan relate or kailangan connected siya sa inyong ginagawang research. Halimbawa, the purpose of the parents, the purpose of the school, the purpose as a future researcher, kailangan ilalagay nyo po doon. Then, it is said to be that the significance of the study must 3 to 5 person involved. So, you must to indicate at least 3 to 5 significance of the study. 3 to 5 person. So, ganun lang po yung kadali. Then, the definition of terms. So, kanina, significance of the study. Ngayon, definition of terms. Define your terms. Your proposal will be read by the people who might not fully understand your dissertation and terms it uses. You will be need to provide a definition of terms of every term you are using in your thesis. So, halimbawa, balik po tayo dito sa ginawa po nilang significance of the study. Halimbawa, ang kanilang topic is all about the total expenses and balancing the allowance of ABM student. Okay. Ang ilalagay po sa definition of terms is the following word that the reader or the researcher or kaya naman ay defender, kung sino po yung magde-defense, kailangan ilalagay nyo yung fully developed ng word. Okay, ang ilalagay po sa definition of terms is a such word that is connect with your research, na hindi maiintindihan lalo't higit ng mga mambabasa. Halimbawa, ilalagay nyo yung allowance, o kaya yung balancing the allowance, o kaya naman is yung expenses, pwede nyo ilagay yun. Basta, yung ilalagay yung definition of terms is must connect with your research. Pwede nyo pong kumuha kayo ng mga word came from your thesis title and it define on your own. Kailangan yung definition of the words is get from your own words. So hindi ka halimbawa nakakita ka ng unfamiliar words sa inyong thesis, tapos sinearch po sa internet, hindi po pwede. Kailangan yung words na gagamitin is your own summarization. Yun lang po yung dinidefine ng definition of terms. For example, the following terminologies that are going to be frequently used are listed below for the better understanding of the study. So first, unfamiliar words is allowance. So yun, bumalik tayo doon kanina. The amount of money given by their guardians for daily expenses. Kung makikita nyo, yung example niya is related pa rin sa kanilang research paper. Hindi sila kumuha lang ng ng meaning from the internet. So kailangan kayo mismo ang gagawa. Next, accountability. The willingness of a person to accept the responsibility of their actions. Third one, balance. The position in which the allowance occurs in one to expenses. Third one, the budget cycle. It is the process by which the budget starts with preparation to evaluation. Those unfamiliar words is indicated with their research. So, yung mga nilagay po or pinakita kong example sa inyo ay isa sa mga unfamiliar words na natagpuan sa kanilang research. So, kayo po, hahanap po kayo ng mga unfamiliar words that is not, that is related with your research. So, yun po yung last na part ng chapter 1. So, congratulations if you are succeed in doing chapter 1, kung na-accomplish na simula umpisa hanggang definition of terms. And then, by Thursday, magkakaroon po tayo ng live meeting via Google Meet per group ulit po. So, I will check or I will give some suggestion and important announcement on Thursday. That's all. Thank you.